Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of How You Grievin the podcast. Today I have a very special guest, and he is a singer-songwriter and a media mogul. And let me tell y'all, his name is Tramel. And me and Tramel and I had a conversation about relationships, and it got pretty deep just being in the dating world. And we also discussed how people break up with you when y'all wasn't even together. Mm, you need to listen to this one. Tramel, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So the main question of the podcast is how you grieving?
Um, no, well, so I was in a relationship for about 4.5 years with a narcissist.
Mm.
Um, it should have ended after year one, but it did not. Um, so that was like a year and a half ago. So like dating after that has been like very tumultuous. So I've been low key grieving throughout the whole process of trying to get over that, and then at the same time more traumatizing myself even more with the dating pool. So yeah, I'm grieving and growing.
So how shortly after did you start dating again?
Oh, immediately. We were still living in the house and I was dating. I mean, I was so deprived of affection for those three. Well, the first year was cool. Then it started going downhill after like a year and a half. And the rest of those 2.5 years, I was deprived. So I needed someone. So immediately after we broke up, I was hitting the streets while we were still living together. Not necessarily sexually, but just trying to find someone to, just
Yeah.
give me what I was missing. And it was the wrong thing to do because, when your heart is open like that, you're just open to a lot of red flags and a lot of bad behavior. And, you're further hurting yourself while you're still trying to get over someone. That's what was happening with me.
Um, I want to go back real quick. You said you were with a narcissist for 4.5 years?
4.5, about four. We was together from 2019 to the end of 2023.
You want to tell the people a little bit about a narcissist for the folks that don't know?
So, I of course, you don't know that they're a narcissist until you actually get into it with them. But what I found out is that in dating a narcissist, they will triangulate you into a space where you can't necessarily have a support system. So they make themselves your whole world in a sense. And then they treat you badly, but they treat the people around them that they don't necessarily care about better. It's a way of control in a sense. So in dating this particular narcissist, what he did to me was he gave me everything that I needed. He would give me some validation in the beginning. He would give me all of those things, and then he would take them away and make it my fault that those things were missing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So whenever I would ask for anything, whenever I would ask for him to do something, he would dangle that little carrot in my face and be like, yes, I will do those things. But then he will come up with some excuse or some random old argument to where he didn't have to do it, and then I would be sad. And then he would come in and be like, oh, well, I still love you though. He would make me the bad
That's
guy.
insane.
It was insane. It was crazy.
You
It was
were the villain in a villain story.
I was. It was hard because it was like you want him to love you, you want them to, give you what they were giving you before, but he just refused to. He was just like, no, I'm not doing that. But he would never
Wow.
say it directly. He would just be like, he was just showing in his actions. He would say stuff to me like, I was like, you never spend no time with me. He was like, yes, I do. I'm like, how? He was like, I mean, we live together, so but we don't do anything while we're here. Like you be in one room and I be in the other. He's like, yeah, but I'm still here. I see you every day. But then when he goes out and hangs out with his friends, that's when he looks like he's having the most fun, which I was never invited to. I was never invited to share in those special moments with friends and things of that nature. So I
In
was
those
just,
moments.
yeah, I wasn't invited to his 30th birthday party. How do we go together? I'm not invited to your 30th birthday party.
So
And then he framed it
that's
like,
insane.
I don't really care about those people. Like that party meant nothing to me. Spending time with you at the aquarium was what I really was looking forward to. What?
And the crazy thing about it is he's still out here
He is.
dating.
We're cool now.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
what I found is he's a good guy, I guess, but just not good to date. So when we talk now, he's always saying,
Hmm.
I'm so sorry that I treated you that way. And I can't believe that I did that. You were the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm like,
Yeah. They always
but
realize that at some, not all. You said what?
some, not all, but like,
Yeah,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
Dang. So how are you navigating like being his friend and well, I mean, would it's been a year or so that y'all been broken up? Or 2 years?
It's been a year and a half.
Year and a half?
Friend,
How do you
we're not friends. No, we don't hang
y'all
out.
are
We don't spend
associates?
time
Got it.
together. We barely talk, but it's
Yeah.
like when we do talk, it's okay. It's just okay.
Okay. Okay. So since you've had that experience, how is your dating life now?
I don't want to curse.
Because go ahead.
I don't want to curse.
Let it out. You can
No,
curse.
I can curse. It's been so
Yes.
shitty. It's been so shitty. Like these
Yeah.
people are nuts. Like these guys nowadays, I don't know. They just lie so much. They lie so much and they only want one thing. And it's like, just say that you want that one thing so we can go on with our lives and be like happier people. Don't pretend like you actually want to get to know someone. Just say, hey, I want to rummage around in your backyard or I want to play with the pole. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just say that you want to do those things so we can move forward in light and love. So I could say, no, I don't want that from you. Or it could say, maybe I want that too.
Yes.
And that's all that I want from you. You can go on about your business and we can even still speak to each other. But they don't even know how to do that. It's just like, I had this
Oh,
one particular experience where this guy was like, yeah, I really like you. I really want to date you and all this other stuff. But like, he would disappear like for months at a time. And then he would pop back up after he sees me out and
that's
about, be all in my face, like, why haven't we spent no time together? Are you serious?
cuckoo. Crazy. I know someone like that.
Huh? You knew someone like that?
I know someone like that. It's like I know. I knew. I know. I
What's his
still
name
know him.
start with?
My
It's
entire
probably the same person. Start with a J? Of course it does.
look. No, no, no.
No.
It don't start with a J. This particular person, like when we get together, when we hang out, let me tell you, I gotta tell you this. He's hilarious.
Okay.
When we hang out, you would think we were together. And it would be like months. Like if we seen each other, it'd be months. Like I remember when I first moved back to Atlanta, it was so funny because I hadn't seen him in like a year or two. Well, we haven't talked in like a year or two. And I get to back to Atlanta and I see him and I'm like, what the fuck? So then we hung out like I didn't want to talk to him, so I hit him up like shortly after that and we hung out. And then we were consistently hanging out and we were together like in his brain, that's where he goes. I don't know. It's a weird place to be.
Mm.
And then we don't talk for like months. And then we pick up where we left off. I mean, but I just be chilling, like it's not that deep. We could hang out. But he's a little cuckoo. I think he got a whole family, and like he is secretly not DL, but like he has a secret.
Like he has another family.
I believe this. I believe so.
Have
And
you
he'll
asked
never see this because he's not on social media or anything. He's a
lies?
liar. He wouldn't admit that. He
Um,
wouldn't admit.
what's his
He would.
sign?
He can't. I don't even know at this point. I don't know. I don't remember
You don't know his birthday?
because like we're so like we're connected but disconnected. Like when we hang out, we just hang out. It's weird. It's a weird place to be.
He
And
sounds
I've
like a
known him for like we'll say he's a Capricorn. I've
yeah.
known
He
him for
sounds like
over
a
10
Cap.
years too. It's insane. Yeah, he's a
You said
Capricorn. We'll say that.
yeah, he's a Capricorn.
I said we'll call him a Capricorn. Yeah,
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 that's
yeah, yeah.
yeah. What's the
But
sign?
so I saw your TikTok
Uh-huh.
and let me pull up what you said.
Ooh.
And you said, sorry, I had to go pull it up. You said, how do you get dumped by you're not even dating? And I had commented, let's talk about this because it had just happened to me.
Really?
So I'll tell you my story, but you got to tell me, you got to tell me about your statement.
Oh, you want me to tell you where it come from? I have a whole story about that. It was like trauma central. Would you like me to go first, or do you want to tell me your
Oh
story
my
first?
God. Nah, you go first.
Okay. So picture it, Sicily, 1986. This happened August, I want to say 8th. So I went to the Red Dress Run,
Mm-hmm.
and I was out there just shaking and shamming with the rest of the people. And so I was in a bar, just cooling off, trying to get some water with a friend. And this guy walks up to me and he's like, "You look really handsome." I was like, "In a dress?" I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "You do too," because he was very nice looking. So he comes back around
Yeah.
and he was like, "Oh, what are you doing tonight?" I was like, "Well, I'm going to the deviant party." He was like, "Oh, me too.
Mm.
A shot if I run into you or whatever." I said, "Oh, okay, well, I'll look for you and I'll buy you a shot as well." You know what I'm saying? We could shot it up. So he was like, I was like, "Well, should I take your phone number or your Instagram or something like that?" Because you got to ask people these days like what they're comfortable with. He was like, "Well, whichever one you want to give me." I was like, "Well, I'll take your phone
Right.
number." And he was like,
Right.
"Good." I was gonna say the same. I was like, "Okay." So he starts putting his phone number, and I look at the area code, and I was like, "Oh, that's Georgia." He's like, "Yeah, I live in Atlanta." I'm like, "Oh, me too." And he was like, "Really?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "What city you stay in?" He's like, "Dunwoody." I was like, oh, "Me too." He's like, "Really? That's weird." I'm like, "Ain't it weird? Ain't it funny?" So anyway, I goes on about the rest of my day. And I was like, "Well, I'll just text him when I get to the venue of the deviant party, and
Yeah.
I'll just get him the shot. Or if it doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen." He was cool anyway. So I get to the deviant
Mm-hmm.
party, and like I get there early. So I'm walking around, just judging around, and I see a couple of suitors who were actually trying to get with me too. You know what I'm saying? But I was just like, I'm not worried about that tonight. I'm just having a good time. So I texted him and told him I was there. And he was like, "Oh, I'm on my way," or whatever. And he said, he'll let me know when he actually walks inside. So like maybe 20 minutes go by, then he's actually inside and I'm at the bar already. I was like, "Hey, what do you want to drink?" I'll get you a shot first. And he was like, "Tequila." I was like, "Oh, me too." So I give him the shot and I walk up. He walks up, bodies everything. I was like, "I didn't know you were hiding that up under that dress."
Mm.
Beautiful. I said, well, how old are you? He said 38. I say, oh my God, you're my age. And you're nice looking and you're healthy and you're this type of person. And we talked like most of the night at the deviant part, just standing at the bar, just talking. So then we go on a date
Right, right.
in New Orleans. We go on a date. He's telling me all these things about how he just sees all these magical butterflies and how he's so interested in me and how he's never met anybody like me and how we could just how this could be a real thing and he's just super excited about getting to know me. And I'm like, Sam, because you look nice and you seem nice and you're
Yeah.
buying everything and I love that. It's like, so maybe like a week or so goes by, we're still talking, talking, and he's just like, yeah, he's like, if you like me, I really hope you like me, and I hope that I don't do anything that turns you off. I'm like, no, I mean, you're great, you're cool. I was like, do you have any
Yeah.
feelings about me? He's like, I really like you, and da 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 da. Boom. So we get to one Friday night where we went out on a date. And the day seemed, pretty normal enough. But one thing I did notice is that he doesn't really participate in social media, but I do. Very loosely. I just be making jokes on here and like having fun. And I make music. So it's like social media is like a part of just what I do as a hobby. You know what I'm saying? I don't actually take a lot of things that happen on there seriously from other
Yeah.
people or myself, as you shouldn't. So there was this question game that I was playing where I guess people were being sexual with me, and I was just like, laughing it off and engaging. Somebody said they wanted to buy my underwear like off my behind, like so I was like, well, how much you paying? It's like it's a joke, like obviously,
How much?
how much? How much you want for these panties?
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
he at that morning on that Friday morning he actually texted me about it and was like, are we having an issue? You know what I'm saying? Like, or like, hey, what was this about? Like, because I'm just trying to figure out. I'm like, well, it's just a joke. Like, he's like, oh, okay, I just wanted to get some perspective. So I was like, okay, well, are you cool? Like, he was like, yeah, I'm fine, I just wanted to ask about it. If I got questions, I always ask. I was like, okay, cool, it's like no big deal, like moving on. So we go to the date, and the date was great. I had a great time. He took me to the sandbox. It was so nice. We killed a bunch of zombies. I mean,
Okay.
unalived a bunch of zombies. And then we went to dinner, and then I just felt like he was picking at me. Because then he started picking at me. He was like, do you sleep with the TV? He's asked me questions like, do you sleep with the TV on? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I can't deal with stuff like that. I'm like, huh? And then he was like,
What?
yeah. And I was like, talking about my past or whatever. And I was like, yeah, when my past relationship, I was like slightly passive aggressive because I was dealing with somebody who never really talked about anything. And if we talked about anything, he would always act like it was my fault. So in order to get my feelings across, I would have to say certain things in
Mm-hmm.
certain ways, and it would come off like passive aggressive. He's like, oh, I can't deal with passive aggressiveness and all this other stuff. I was like, well, I'm working through not doing that. I'm actually a lot more direct these days. If I have a problem with somebody, I just tell them that I have a problem. So I don't know. It was just weird. And
Yeah.
the energy got weirder throughout the night. And then we went back to his place and did a few things, but then that felt weird too. So
Mm-hmm.
then the next morning, like he was walking me out and I just felt the energy was just like different. And I was like, oh, well, I'll just text you later or whatever, because I had
Yeah.
something to do. And he said he had something going on with one of his friends or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just text you later. He's like, okay. So I get home and I text him. I was like, hey, I made it home. I had a really great time. He didn't text me back. Not normal. So like maybe 3 hours go by. And I deleted his number. I removed all of his information. I was like, oh, this person is on some bullshit. Like, it's over. I already knew it was over.
Yeah.
Because in our conversations where he was like, oh, I don't want you to be mad at me. I don't ever want to, don't block me or anything like that. I was like, in those conversations, he would also say that if he felt like he didn't like somebody anymore, he would just ghost them or like just disappear and stuff like that. Or just like go
Oh
away,
my
like
God.
stop talking to them. That was a red flag. But he said, I'm working on being more communicative. He's like, I leave relationships before I actually physically leave them. So I'm trying to work through that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm passive aggressive. So I'm working through that too. So I try to give him a pass. And I only known him like a week and a
Right.
half, right? But I knew after that, after them 3 hours, I was like, it's over. It's over. So after I
Yeah.
deleted his number and the
Hmm.
messages and everything, I kind of, you remember the last 4 digits. So he actually texted me 20 minutes after I deleted his phone number and said, yeah, I am no longer interested. I don't want to waste your time. I had to think about it, but I'm no longer interested. And he was just like, I was like, thank you for your services. And that's all. But I did cry about it later because I was just like, I just got out
Yeah.
of a
Hmm.
long-term relationship. No, I really cried, not about him, but about the situation of
Yeah.
it makes me not trust myself now. It makes me not feel like I can make good choices. I mean, this person was like the perfect candidate on paper. Like he had a good job. He was age appropriate. He was into his fitness. He was attractive and he was very, just take control of the situation. He was kind with the money. That man probably spent about $800 on me in 1 week. I ain't even gonna hold you because I looked at the bills. So it was just like, damn, I can't make it work with a good man that said he liked me. What am I supposed to do now? I was like, but getting dumped by somebody who you weren't even dating is chef kiss amazing.
Damn.
I'm sorry if that was
Look, but
winded. That was
no, it was not long-winded at all. Congratulations. Because that's how I look at things now. It's a congratulations.
yeah. We call
You
that a Key Palmer reframe, where she says like, I just reframe everything like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry for you, sir, that you aren't able to spend more of your money on me. I feel
Mhm.
bad for you
Yeah.
because I'm a catch,
I'm
and
sorry
you're
you
just like your life now is gonna
yes.
suck because I'm not in it. And I think he blocked me on Instagram.
In the words of Kiki
Follow each
Palmer.
other.
Dang, it's that deep? It's
It
not
was
that
that deep for him.
deep.
It was that deep for him. He had to delete. He had to block me on Instagram that he doesn't use because he only had like
That is
68
so
followers,
interesting.
something like that. I have like 22,000. It's like, why are you
Yeah.
blocking? Like we don't even follow each other.
What
I
do
don't
you
follow you. I'm not gonna go
That's
contact you on
insane.
Instagram. We never talked on Instagram, so he blocked me on Instagram. But I looked because I was like, is he weird enough to do that? But he did. So
Yes. Well, unfortunately, like people have a lot of trauma. Like you meet these people and they say, "Oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm this," and then they're not.
nah,
They people don't know who they are when they're getting into these relationships. People are just out here dating and a fucking tragedy. Like I had met this guy, right? And I don't even know if we still follow each other. Like, I mean, well, I still follow him, but I don't know if he still follows me.
you should look.
I only ask that because like he'll see this. And I have not talked about it.
That's even better.
So like, right. We were dating, quote unquote. We made it very clear that we didn't want to be in a relationship. Like I was like, I don't want a relationship right now. And he was like, I don't see myself in a relationship. Boom. And I was flying back and forth. I ain't gonna tell you where, because that'll probably give it away. But I was flying back and forth. Like I would fly up to go see him and stuff. And then like it started getting a little bit more intense.
Mhm.
It was like we in a relationship when I'm here. And then I just go back home. And I was okay with that.
It was
Because
good
I
for
would just
you.
come back to my it was good for me. I'll come back to my life, go to work and blah blah blah. But it was one time we had some really good sex.
Ooh.
And it was very like it was very intimate. I mean, I'm just intimate in general. Like that's just how I am with every not everybody, but like most people, I'm just you're gonna get me if I'm here. I'm always present. Um, so it just got to that point, and then it got a little weird after I got home. and he had already had something going on in his life. So I was like, okay, well, like he also got other stuff going on, so I can't judge this too much. But there was one time, I'm just gonna get down to the get down. He had called me and was like, "Hey, I'm just calling, I'm just checking in." And I was like, "Yeah, I had called you the other day, but you ain't, you didn't call me back." So I was just chilling because we're not together. We don't owe. We talked all the time, but at the end of the day, we don't owe each other much. So we were talking, and he was basically like, "What do you want from me?" I was like, "Whoa, this went from a check-in to how you doing to like, what do you want?" And he had always asked me this question, but I never really would answer it because it was like, well, we don't want to be in a relationship, so why can't we just do what we're doing? You know? So, long story short, he was asking me a question. He kept fucking interrupting me. That shit was pissing me off. He pissed me off. Um, but he was like, "Are you having sex with other people?" And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah, he was about to get in your ass. You
He
said,
was ready.
I don't mean to cut you off because this is
Come
good, but
on, come on.
you fucked him a little too good that last time. He was like, "Nah, bitch, you ain't giving this up to nobody else."
Now let me tell you, since things were weird, I got in the streets a little bit. But it wasn't wow. You know what I'm saying? I was like, things are weird, so I'm just gonna do me. And we're not together. And I was like, whoa, nigga, like you just asked me a question and you just cut me the fuck off to ask me something else. He was like, well, are you fucking other niggas? I said, you want me to answer this question or the other one you asked me? He was like, are you fucking other niggas? I said, yes. He pissed. Yeah, it was over. Yeah. Long story short, he pretty much called me a hoe. And he was like, I have a particular, I can't say too much about my like actual job, but he was like, you made me think y'all all wasn't hoes. And like, I don't understand why you would ask me if I was into multiple partners. And I told you I wasn't. I said, well, I asked you that just in case we got into a relationship, nigga. I don't want somebody that's going to be fucking everybody. I said, but we're not exclusive. We don't, like, what do you mean? He pretty much called me at home, was like, I'm not attracted to you no more. I don't want us to talk. I was like, damn. First off, nobody has ever called me a hoe. Like, I was like, what the fuck? And said, I'm not attracted to you no more. My feelings were hurt for like 2 days. I was in my feelings. I was for real.
2 days?
Crazy.
A whole 48
2 days.
hours?
48 hours. Okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
bitch, 48 hours of my life, I ain't never getting back on that sadness. I'm sorry, I'm not laughing because you said 2 days. 2 days? You was like, that fucked me up for 2 days.
for real. That shit had me
Damn.
fucked up for a minute. I was like, are my
It was
feelings
it
hurt?
was
Because I
literally,
don't.
we can count how many minutes those were if we just multiply 60 by 48, we could get how many minutes you were fucked up. I could understand maybe like a month, maybe two. But 2 days, you're confident. What's your sign again?
I'm an Aries.
Oh baby. Please. Please, you were not. You cared nothing about that man.
I did though. I
You
did, but I
liked him
also kept
ethereal. You
myself.
liked him in the ethereal sense of, you a little yang around the house and something to do on the weekends when I go up there, when I come back down here. But you ain't gonna give me the that's. You ain't giving me my guys. So when you told me that I was a hoe and I was not attractive anymore, guess what you did? You just made it a little bit harder for the next one, and that is all. I will not be feeling next time. I know about you, Aries. Y'all are so
Baby,
y'all are mean. Mean
we're only
green.
We're only mean if we have to be.
And it's usually all the
And
time.
no, people like to bring the mean out of us. Like, I could be minding my, like yesterday. Okay, this is so random and off topic, but yesterday I was just out. I had went to Ponce City Market, but there was a hip hop festival across the street. I had parked my car over there. I was like, oh, well, let me see what's going on over here. I didn't know it was a hip hop festival. And this man had walked up to me selling a CD. And you know, when people try to get you to buy stuff, you be like, I don't have no money. And he was like, what? At a hip hop festival? He was mad tall too. And I was like, yeah. And then he was like, well, just check it out. It's my little nephew. I was like, no. And then it got a little intense. He was like, and I'm by myself, just minding my business in a whole little freaking patched up jumper. Looking, I'm all tiny and stuff. And he was like, that's okay. If you ain't got no money, why would you come here? I was like, whoa. I was like, how you gonna be mad at me because I don't want your CD? I said, I got money. I don't want your CD. And he was like, go on, man. I was like, but I say that to say, sometimes people like to bring the little rah-rah out of us Aries, and we don't want to
Because he
be
could have
that.
left you alone, though.
He could have left me alone.
He left you alone.
He could have left me alone. But I also have an inviting spirit and like face and stuff. So people always come up to me no matter where I'm at.
It's because you smiling. You have a nice smile.
Thank you. But people will come up to me, ask me a question about their life, tell me about their grandmother that passed away. Like, it's a lot of stuff that I get. So sometimes I'll be like, I'm not going outside today. There'd be a lot. People will come at me. But yeah, so us Aries, we're only mean when necessary. What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
When's your birthday?
July 26th.
My best friend's a Leo. Ooh, that girl. Okay.
She's lovely.
Yeah, I like the finer things. Yeah, she is. She's very lovely.
We love the
So
finer, but
back
we
to,
also, just be chilling, though.
Hmm. Okay, sure. It's a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. Okay. Y'all don't even know how to. Anyway, so having these experiences, like, how does it affect dating today? Literally today.
So that situation happened about a week ago with the
Mm-hmm.
last. So I'm glad I didn't cut nobody off for him because it would have been that would have been tragic. I probably would have been a little bit more heartbroken. So I've just been doing business as usual, but I am a lot more. I'm listening to my discernment a lot more. I have a lot of walls and boundaries up. I do not want to date. I mean, I don't want to exclusively date anyone because I was about to go into that
Mm-hmm.
territory with that person, and he showed me every reason why I should not do that. And then when they say like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you should date around," I'm not saying you should date every single person that wants to date you, but you should pick out a few good candidates. And I feel like
absolutely.
you should let them show you as well as you show them who you are and let them show you who they are. And pick the best one. And no, I'm not okay. So I met this other little young man like a week before the man had dropped me and I wasn't talking to nobody, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
I could tell he liked
Yeah.
me. And then he's too young for me. He's too young for me, but
Oh, how
he's
old
not.
is he?
I'm just gonna say we're 15 years apart.
You know what? Sometimes that just be it. Sometimes that be it because
I'm closer to 40 than I am 30. So I'm almost 40.
same.
So yeah, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't know about that because we hung out yesterday, just hanging out. We've not done anything like pelvic.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out. But because he
Pelvic
seems cool.
thrust.
Yeah, nothing thrusty, you know. But he's like really, really, really sweet. But he be doing this thing that I just don't understand that these young children do nowadays. Is gra gra boom 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 whatever. I don't know. I was like, what the fuck is that?
My gosh. It's the da 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 da, right?
Whatever that is. Yeah, one of them sounds
Yes.
that is from baddies.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't watch that. I don't know what that means. I feel like there's a
It's like
disconnect.
they're in conversation.
Yeah. And they was doing it to each other. Like I was around some other people, you know, some friends of mine, but then there was also some other younger people there, and then they was all doing it together. And I was just
Yeah.
like,
hmm
hey, what the fuck is this?
It's like, how are we having a conversation? It's like, yeah. So I was walking down the street and da 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 da, and you're like, whoa,
I was walking
whoa.
down the street and gra gra boom, this bitch came over to me talking. I'm like, wait, is this real words? Like, is this the English
Yes.
language?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
so
And now it's
going through that particular piece, and then there are some other candidates who are age appropriate, but they are just so I'm sleepy, I'm tired, and I'm this, and I'm like, oh,
you want to go out. Let's have some fun.
I want to have fun. I want to go bowling or something real chill. So it's just finding the right age appropriate person, and also somebody that I have chemistry with. I'm like, and then they got to be
Yeah.
gay, and it's like. It's like, so you got to take, like, there's a bunch of men in this world. Some of them are gay, right? It's a small population of them. Some of them are black, because I believe in black love. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
of them are appropriate. And then you got to worry about the money part. And then you got to go for personality. And then you got to go for chemistry. It's like, it's dwindling down. And then they got to be single. So
Single, and then they got to be faithful.
there's like two people left. It's like two people.
They got to be faithful. They
And
got to
they
be truth tellers.
Now there's just one, and that's me. I have to date myself. I'm about to become Maya up in this bitch and become asexual and marry myself. That's where we're at
I'm
with
just
it.
saying. I mean,
Yeah.
I understand that. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I just really don't take anybody serious. I just be like, okay, cool. You want to hang out? Cool. Or if I don't want to hang out, I'm canceling.
Yes.
I be chilling.
But one thing I will say that I learned from the last guy who dumped me, essentially. If you don't like something about somebody, just go ahead and just nip that shit in the bud right there. Because, like, to be honest, like, I didn't do anything to him, like, that I can think of. I think he had a lot of other, like, issues going on, because he told me a lot of things about, like, personal, like his family getting on his nerves, and he has friends who were not well to do or whatever, and he felt like a protector and a savior for all of them. And I know there was a lot of pressure on him. So I guess, like, me being not my best for one day, and him having a small inconvenience of having to have an uncomfortable conversation with me about something, I guess that was just like the straw that broke the camel's back.
The straw. Yeah.
So I will say this: it's like, if you have a problem with somebody, like, don't ignore the red flags. And if you don't want to deal with someone, please cut that shit off and do it as fast as and as humane as possible. You know, don't be mean, but just say, hey, I'm no longer interested, and I do, you know, want us to still be cordial and or friends and or whatever. I just don't see you romantically. You know, I want people to be more into that versus just disappearing off the face of the earth and just pretend like that person don't exist. And then when you see that person, you're looking like, oh, like, what am I? Yeah, it makes it hard for people to communicate and or like even be friends after that. Like, I can't be friends with you because you just ghosted me. So it's like, because we could have been just
I don't want to
cool.
be a friend.
I don't want to be your friend now. I don't want to be cool with you
No.
now. And even if you don't want to be friends, you can still be, like, on a speaking basis,
Cordial.
like, hey, how you doing? You know, stuff like that.
I agree. One thing I would add, I will also say, like, if your feelings start to change, you are in control of your feelings, and you need to address that. Don't put it on the other person to tell you they've fallen in love with you, or not the thumbs up, or like to really express, because that other person may just be okay with where we at. So if your feelings are changing, you are responsible for your own damn feelings. So put your big boy pants on and express that shit instead of calling a nigga a hoe
You're not gonna
and
let
hurting
that
his
go.
feelings for 2 days. Oh, absolutely not. Let me tell you one thing about me. You don't get to call me and apologize. You don't get to call me and say I want to be your friend. You don't get any of that with me. Like I just don't have time. I don't. You said what you said, and who said it? Oprah and Maya. Let people believe. What the fuck was the damn quote? When people show you who they are, believe them.
I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Hold on.
Come on, come on, come on.
When people show you who they are, believe them.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, truly. Oh, I
Yeah.
liked Iyanla Van Zant when she said, it's not my responsibility to teach you how to love me. Love me how you're going to love me and treat me how you're going to treat me. And it's my responsibility and my obligation to decide whether I want to participate in it or not. Because I don't have
That's
to
accurate.
accept like what you're giving to me. If this is the way you love, that's just the way you love. But I don't have to accept that for myself. And I'm not going to force you to do anything outside of what you're capable of. That's why I let people be themselves. I let people do what they gonna do. Cause baby, I'm not gonna make you do anything. That's why they say, like, I think what they say about Leos is we're manipulative or whatever. But I really just sit back and observe. I let you be who you are. I'm not gonna tell you that you're doing wrong because this is who you really are. And if it doesn't work
Yeah.
for me, I want to know that it doesn't work for me because your natural state, I shouldn't have to tell you how to be a good person. I shouldn't have to tell you how to be a good partner to me. Like with my ex, like me running around telling him like, why are you not? I would never tell him like you don't spend enough time with me. I would say, when are we gonna hang out? And he'd be like, oh, such and such day, we can do this day or whatever. And that day come, I won't say anything. I would see if he says something to me.
Mm-mm.
And if he
Yeah.
doesn't say anything to me, mental check.
Mental
This is
note.
another shit in my file about you. You don't care. You don't remember things. You
Yeah.
don't prioritize me. You don't want to be here. So when I let you go, I've tried everything. Tiana Taylor said it the best. I tried everything. I gave you space. I even spoke up a few times when I was like, okay, this is getting a little out of hand. Let's talk about it. But once I've exhausted all of my options and I left you, you can't say nothing else to me about coming back. Because I
No,
don't want
you can't.
to. Like always like, oh, you were the best thing that ever happened to me and you were so this. And I was like, I appreciate that. Like I still
Mm-hmm.
love you, but I could never be with you again. Not like that. Because I hated
No,
who I
I
was.
can't put you back in that space. Yeah.
And never.
Ooh, that's a
Just
whole
like
nother
on the
conversation when
clubhouse,
you
you
get
could
into
never be
something and
back in that
change.
space.
No, no, you can't. It's a wrap. What Marvin Sapp say? Close the doors.
Close the doors. Close the doors. Deacons,
I
close the
said
doors.
close the door.
Close the doors. The door is closed. The door is closed.
Oh my God, this was fun.
Yes, I appreciate this. It was nice.
I appreciate it too, Tramel, because I don't
Yeah,
know why I want to say your name the other way.
Tramel.
Tramel.
Yes.
Oh well, it's still Pride here in Atlanta. So whatever you do, if you do anything, have a good time.
Oh yeah. Are you coming outside?
I'm not sure.
You should come to the park
I'm
today.
not sure.
I would love for you to come to the
What
park
time you
today.
going?
I'll meet up with you, and then you can hold my hand. platonically.
You want to hold hands? You want to hold hands through the park? Have
Yeah,
everybody
well,
questioning
skip
for
through the
like 5
park.
minutes.
Huh?
Okay. Text me the time you're going.
I'm going there at. I'll be there at 4.
Thank you for joining in on the How You Grievin the podcast. Yeah, like, share, follow, all of that great shit. Follow Tramel. We'll put his info in as well. And have a blessed day.